Hello, welcome back to this lovely Tyler Travel Tube live stream. Today, first, I will recap my trip to Florida that I just went on in September. And then we will do some Walt Disney World news. So, can everybody hear me okay, first of all? Okay, I need to slow this wrong again. Because I don't want. Okay. That is really funny, Tracy B. You're hilarious. Keith, you're somewhat funny. Anyway. So, before we get started, if you have never been in a Tyler Travel Tube live stream before, the way we do things is we normally live stream for about an hour. And we take a quick break every 15 minutes. So to not waste any more time before our first break, which is already we're already 2 minutes into the stream, to not waste any more time, let's start getting into it right away. So the day I left for Florida, we flew JetBlue. So, and it was an early flight, so we got up at 3 in the morning. And we drove to JFK. Then when we drove to JFK, we obviously got out of the car, and it was very annoying because yeah, I'm going to start see this lady right here that had that goofy covered up right here. She didn't get TSA pre-check. Because JetBlue was their normal ugly service self. And yeah. So she didn't get TSA pre-check. Anyway, the service on the plane was fine-ish. Like, the legroom was fine. And then when we landed in West Palm Beach, we drove up to Orlando since we were supposed to go to Marco Island, but Hurricane Ian is going to directly impact Marco Island, so we went up to Orlando. So we went up to Orlando. We ate dinner and we stayed at the Hilton Orlando Bonnet Creek Resort, which is a pretty nice resort. Okay, and then what was I going to say after that? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah. So there's a lovely lazy river there. So we spent time in that and did a couple laps in that. Then we went back up to the room after a while. and and we ended up going back up to the room to watch Harmonious, which is the nighttime show at Epcot. In the background of Harmonious, because of the police of the Hilton Orlando Bonnet Creek Resort, we also saw Disney Enchantments over at Magic Kingdom. And we'll actually get into that, something about that, since I haven't live streamed in a while. We'll get into something about that in our news segment coming right up. Because Disney Enchantment is going away at the 50th anniversary. And I'm so happy about that. Anyway, so that was day 1. Day 2, we went to Epcot. And we got there at about 9:30, I want to say. And we got plenty of rides done. Unfortunately, Frozen Ever After is down the whole day on Saturday, I think it was. No, Sunday I meant. And we got on Remy's Ratatouille Adventure for the first time since it opened in whatever month it opened. I think it was August of 2021, if I remember right. Yeah. And we also got on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. That is the story of the day. I do not, if you have these things on your face, glasses, I do not recommend going on it because it's a roller coaster. And the ride vehicle spins as you're on the roller coaster. And it's so fast and it gets so breezy that these things literally felt like they were flying straight off of my face. So yeah, I didn't like that at all. Anyway, I might do that again. I haven't decided yet. So we got on some other things too in Queen's Spaceship Earth, and in the first few minutes of the ride, all of a sudden it just stopped for quite a while, and they were trying to get oh yes, One Way or Another. What we got One Way or Another as our song. The songs I forgot all 4 songs are One Way or Another, Conga, and September are 3 songs. There's 4 songs. You get one song every a different song every time you ride on that Guardians of the Galaxy. We're going back to Space of Birth for a second. In Space of Birth, that was the first ride we did of the day. And in the first few minutes of the ride, it stopped for quite a while. Like, just stopped. And they kept saying, we're going to get it back up and running. Like, your vehicle will start moving immediately. Please be seated. Your vehicle will start moving immediately. It never started moving. Like, when that happens, I do this thing called smell in evac. Unfortunately, that didn't happen though. They got us moving. Was really hoping that was going to happen. Okay, anyway. We got on a few other things too, I think. Like, Journey into Imagination and Figment, Soren, and a couple other things. But just give me a quick second. This is not technically our break time yet. Our break time's coming up in 3 minutes. I just want to go retrieve something quickly to show you something. Okay, so the theme I'm about to show you got a lot of work done on Sunday. Reacting to all the different statues and reacting to Harmonious at Epcot. The Magic Band Plus. And I'll get it to light up right now for you, using my artificial light to light it up. Let me just get into my Disney Experience app quickly. It should. You can fly barely see that. I could actually see that. Yeah. Okay, so that's. I'm just going to go put that back down. And then I'll be back on. So, yeah. That was pretty much everything about Saturday. Okay, Sunday, the last day of the trip. Here we go. Sunday. Sunday was the last day of the trip, so we needed to go home. We woke up, and then we went to Animal Kingdom Lounge to have breakfast at Beaumont. I do have to say, the buffet breakfast at Beaumont and Animal Kingdom Lounge is one of the best buffet breakfasts on Disney property. So we ate there. I got my lovely Mickey waffles and pancakes. And then we left. So our flight did not leave until 6:10 p.m. We'll get to that in a second. It actually didn't leave at 6:10 p.m. We'll get into that. But our flight was supposed to leave at 6:10 p.m. We got to the airport at like 2ish, I think. Yeah, 2ish. Because remember at the very beginning of the stream, I was like about Hurricane Ian, and that's the reason we didn't go to Marco Island, and that's the reason we came to Orlando. Well, it is going to also impact Orlando. That's another news story that we have to talk about in just a few minutes when we get into Walt Disney World news. So the reason we got to the airport at 2 p.m. is we were hoping that we could get on an earlier flight to try to avoid the inclement weather. That was supposed to happen ahead of Hurricane Ian, which is tomorrow and Thursday in that area. But guess what? They didn't, because literally every single flight from no matter where, like literally every single flight from Orlando to New York City, no matter where, JFK, LaGuardia, Newark, Islip, anywhere, had 40 plus people on standby. Every and each flight. So we just sat at the airport for hours on end, from 2 to 6. And then we found out our flight was delayed. We eventually departed at 6:58 instead of 6:10. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much Sunday. Okay, now we're 18 minutes into the stream, and so I went over a little the 15-minute mark. So I'm going to do my break here, and I'll be back momentarily. Go get a snack, go get a bottle of water, or do whatever I have to do. We'll be live again in a few minutes. Okay. We're back. Oh, I forgot to say, I also got this lovely phone case this past weekend. Ooh, ah. Anyway. Before we continue on with the stream, I do have to say you better subscribe. No. You better start the magic, pop that like button, and subscribe. About subscribing, I'm going to take a line that Tony from Lalito Loco says. He's a cruising channel. If you do not subscribe, I'm going to have to punish you. Your punishment will be this. You will not be able to utilize Tyler Travel Agent Services. Okay, anyway, continuing on. So we're basically done with my Florida trip, so now we're going to talk about Walt Disney World news. Yay! Before we get into real Walt Disney World news, I just wanted to quickly tell you something that they announced at D23, which was a couple weeks ago. I am pleased to say that Disney Enchantments will be leaving the Magic Kingdom on April 1st, 2023, and will be replaced by Coming Back 19 Spectacular Happily Ever After. I am literally so happy about that. Also, Epcot will be getting a new fireworks show too, replacing Harmonious. Okay, anyway, now getting to the real beat of the Walt Disney World news here. That's not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. If you did not realize that, that's not what I wanted. Okay, we're good to have to start talking about news. Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort now under tropical storm warning as Hurricane Ian approaches Florida. The National Weather Service has upgraded Central Florida to tropical storm warning as Hurricane Ian heads toward Florida's west coast. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm force winds are expected within 36 hours, but the National Weather Service is predicting the storm conditions to begin late today. Winds are forecast to reach 25 to 40 miles per hour with gusts of 55 miles per hour with potential for 74 to 110 miles per hour. Hurricane force winds equivalent to Category 1 to 2 are expected to arrive Wednesday morning. Due to an increased tornado risk, as well as flood watch still in effect with 6 to 10 inches of wind expected in Orange County. That's just insane. So that's basically all I really have today. I got there pretty fast. So I'm going to end this stream here. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Don't forget to bop that like button on your way out. And bye, everyone.